Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about why is resistance training or weight training so important for fat loss, and why should you stop running on a treadmill for an hour to start burning fat. Let's go. Okay guys, let's jump right into it. You've heard before that you should do cardio, right? The first thing you hear people say is when they want to go on a weight loss or nutrition program is that they're going to start doing cardiovascular exercise. They're going to start running. They're going to get on a treadmill. And that's the first thing people think of when they want to lose body fat, right? Number one thing, I'm going to start jogging. I see it all the time in the gym. When I'm in the gym in the morning, I see people with nice shoulders, nice chest, nice legs, but a big old belly. Why is that? Why is it that they're running on the treadmill for an hour, doing tons of cardio and actually sweating their butt off, but they're not losing the stubborn belly fat? I'm going to share with you why. And I'm going to share with you why it's okay to eat carbohydrates. People are on these low carbohydrate nutrition plans. Now I'm coming at this with an experiential standpoint. Over 21 years in the fitness industry and trying every single diet out there. Ketogenic, no carbs, tons of carbs, eating 6 to 8 times a day. I've landed on what I call the 3T method. Timing of your food, creating a fasted window to turn your body into a fat burning machine. T2, targeted macronutrients, actually eating carbohydrates because carbohydrates, your body needs them. It's a fuel source. And number 3, triggered workouts, which we're going to talk about today and how you can efficiently burn fat. So I'm going to dispel all the myths. You need to lift weights to burn fat. If you have excess body fat, women, men, you need to start resistance training. Here's why. Let's break it down. So if you take a look, your main glycogen storage areas are your muscle and your liver. What is glycogen? Glycogen is carbohydrates. When it goes into the system, it's converted into glycogen. Your two main storage areas, when you eat carbohydrates, go into your muscle cells and your liver, waiting to be utilized for energy. Weightlifting rips through the muscle cells, glycogen, and the liver. So why do people end up fat when they're eating carbohydrates? Well, the reason why is because if it stores in the muscle and liver first, and we're not depleting these glycogen stores, we're not depleting these, where does the glycogen go? To your fat cell. So if there's excess glycogen in the muscle store and liver not being utilized properly, the body will convert it into its fat cells. It's very simple. So think about that. If you need to burn fat, what do you need to do? You need to create an energy deficit by doing what? Exercising. Not running on a treadmill for an hour, and I'm going to share with you why. Here's the reason why. So if we know that our body rips through glycogen in the muscle stores first and the liver, what's next? Once you rip through the glycogen stores in your muscle and liver, it's going to head over to your fat cells. That's number 3. But if you don't rip through the glycogen here and here, how are you going to get to the fat cells? Weight training. Weight training depletes your muscle glycogen stores, depletes your liver, then it moves over to your fat cells. So it quickly rips through these, the glycogen, stored glycogen, then it heads over to your fat cells. So here's what I recommend. Here's how you burn body fat. Do resistance training for about 15 to 20 minutes. Nice, hard resistance training. Here's how I train my clients. Next, once we've depleted the glycogen stored or excess carbohydrates and created an energy deficit, we go to HIIT cardio, high intensity interval training. We do about 15 to 17 minutes. That's it. We're in the gym for 45 minutes. During the high intensity cardio, we're now ripping through the fat cells. Why? Because we used resistance training to rip through the stored glycogen that we brought in through carbohydrates, which you can eat carbohydrates. It's an energy source. Your body needs it. Then we're ripping through the fat cells. Another benefit to weight training. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. When you train with weights, EPOC happens. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This fires up your metabolism all day. It's a process that happens when you weight lift. So, if you're wanting to lose weight and you're outside jogging or you're on a treadmill for an hour, ask yourself, are you losing weight? Now, if you're creating an energy deficit, of course you're going to lose weight. Now, remember in my last video, we talked about this. You have to create a 500 calorie deficit every day for 7 days, 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound. That's how the math works. But if you start weight training, you're going to rip through your stored glycogen, which is carbohydrates, and you're going to go right to your fat cell. So if you want to lose weight, you need to start resistance training. My clients go through a 17-minute to 20-minute resistance training. We go into a high-intensity interval cardio session for 15 minutes, and then I bring them down with 5 minutes of meditation. Mind, body, and soul. They work out for 45 minutes, and their body is burning fat all day with the excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Also, they're ripping into their fat cells where they're doing their HIIT cardio, and the fat burning process continues. So we do the 3T. Timing of the food, creating a fasted window to release more noradrenaline while they're doing HIIT cardio, to increase growth hormone, the number one fat burning hormone, and to allow the body to rip through the stored glycogen in the muscle and liver. Then when my clients are doing cardio, HIIT cardio, and what HIIT cardio is VO2 max, bringing yourself up as high as you can, intense as you can, and then bringing yourself back down for short spurts over and over again. Think of a sprinter, somebody who's sprinting really quickly, or in football, or maybe if you played volleyball before. Why did you do sprints? It increases your VO2 max, increases your endurance. It also fires up your metabolism and releases noradrenaline to use your fat cells for energy. So, should you weight train to lose fat? Absolutely. And if you want to go on a weight loss program, you should have resistance training mixed in with your program. I would highly recommend doing your resistance training first from an experiential standpoint, doing high intensity cardio, and not spending more than an hour in the gym. So hopefully this information helped. Let me know by liking and leaving a comment.